Hi, welcome to Oma's Kitchen.
Oregano.
We're going to make Japanese style noodles, and instead of the egg Japanese noodles, I'm going to use a mixture of thin spaghetti and a gluten-free spaghetti. The gluten-free spaghetti is made from corn and rice, and I actually like the two noodles mixed together. We're going to cook those with a couple of pieces of kale, about a half a head of shredded green cabbage, a sweet onion, and some carrots. And we're going to cook them with a little bit of mirin, which is a sweet cooking wine made from rice. We have sesame oil. We have some sweet chili sauce, which provides a little bit of heat and a little bit of sweetness, and some soy sauce and teriyaki sauce. That would be our Japanese style noodle dish. So I'm going to split this into two videos. The first one I'm going to offer will be the Korean beef with vegetables. The second one I will offer the Japanese style noodles in Oma's Kitchen. Okay, I have a head of cabbage here that I've washed. I've taken the ugly outer leaves off of. We want to take the center out of it too. I have found that my bread knife works the best. The serrated edges really help, so I'm going to show you how I do that real quick. So this is the center, the core of the cabbage. I'm going to cut that out. And actually I want to take some of that yellow in the center out as well. There we go. Cut it into quarters, like that. What I like to do is cut it down the center, turn it sideways, and slice it thin. You could use bok choy for this. I like the green cabbage with it. Okay. Beautiful. Into my bowl. Get in there. In the recipe, on the ingredients list, I think I'll just include half a head of cabbage. If you have a small one, you could use 3/4. All right, that's how easy the cabbage part is handled. So I have 3 pieces of kale, and I really just want to include little bits of the deep green. That's the main reason I'm using this, in with the lighter green, because the cabbage turns kind of a light creamy color when you cook it, but we're going to put little frills in there of kale. If you absolutely hate kale, don't use it. Maybe cut up a little bit of spinach and throw it in there. All right. This just sort of brightens the whole thing up. Beautiful. We will cook the veggies first, and then we will add the cooked noodles on top. For the carrots, we don't want any big hard pieces of carrots mixed in with our cabbage. So I'm actually going to use the peeler and really dig in there. And I really just want little strips of carrots mixed in. giant sweet onion. I'm going to probably use the whole thing, or 3/4 of it anyway. Thin strips of onion goes with our strips of cabbage and carrots. You'll notice I'm keeping the onions separate because I want them in the bottom of the wok and then the vegetables in on top. I want to sear these a little bit in the bottom of the wok. For our Japanese style noodles, I'm going to make the water salty. And I know these aren't proper Japanese noodles. We're going to fudge it. So we have the gluten-free, which is 10 to 11 minutes. We have the thin spaghetti, which is 6 to 7 minutes. So we're going to put the gluten-free in first. Leave it about 4 minutes. We're going to add the thin spaghetti. Leave it about another 5 minutes. And both of those will be undercooked. We will add the undercooked noodles to the veggies. And I'm going to get the veggies going. We want, in my wok, we want a little bit of canola oil in the bottom. Probably about a tablespoon. And then this is that sesame oil, which smells so good. Oh my God. And we want some of that in there. Better like sesame.
Yeah, that stuff is basically a condiment in Japan.
It's so good. Okay. And in the bottom, we want our onions that we cut up. Let me get the fire going on medium. A little bit less than medium. Turn this down just a little. Okay. Get those onions in there and get them broken up a little bit. Okay. And on top of those onions, we're going to actually steam our veggies. A little soy sauce. We're going to actually steam our veggies as the onions are roasting. So the veggies go on top. And I really want, what I want is a lot of the cabbage. And yeah, it's going to look like there's going to be no room in your wok for anything else. But you're going to leave this for about 10 or 15 minutes and it will cook down. Get that pile of goodies. Turn that wok up a little bit to a medium high. A little bit more soy sauce. And this is that sweet cooking rice wine, mirin, that we were talking about. It smells so good. Pour some of that in there. You can hear it starting to sizzle. We want some of this sweet chili sauce, but not too much yet. I'm going to pour a little bit in so it'll cook with the veggies, and then the rest will get poured in right at the end. There's just a little bit of that. Sesame oil. All right. And then we're down to a little bit of teriyaki sauce. We don't want the teriyaki to take over. We want these other flavors to show up too. So we're just going to add some. Now we can sort of get ready for the noodles here. You don't want to disturb the onions on the bottom. Let them cook down a bit. You don't want any raw onions. Veggies can be less cooked. I need to crank that up because I need that to cook.
Oh, it smells good.
Okay, so this is the gluten-free spaghetti. And we want to cook that for about 9 minutes. I like to break it in half. Okay. Get it stirred around a little bit. Put this timer on 9 minutes. Now, that's for this one. Once 3 minutes goes by or 4 minutes goes by, once it's boiling again, then I will add the other one. And look at how it's cooked down. This is what we're looking for. Notice how much shorter it is than the pile I originally put in there. What's going to happen is we're going to put the drained noodles in on top. And actually we're going to get them out with this, so there's still a little bit of the water. It helps it all blend together. I live at altitude. Noodles, cakes, and bread take a little bit of tweaking when you're up above 5,000 feet. So, when you do this at home, if you're at sea level, you might back off the noodle times a little bit. Takes longer. We have a lower boiling temperature for water because of less atmosphere involved. Takes a little bit longer. We don't want the noodles completely cooked when we add them because they get mushy. Oh God, this smells so good. See, now we're getting it cooked very well. Notice how you can't see what's onions and what's cabbage anymore? That's what you're looking for. Okay, so cook it down in there together. In half. In half. Alright. Come on, boil, baby. Definitely needs some salt. Definitely needs more sweet chili. And we'll put some sweet chili in on top of the noodles too. There we go. A little bit of teriyaki. Not much. Oh yeah, we're softening up over here. You see them in your camera?
Yeah.
You see what a mess my stove is?
Yeah.
Alright. Well, the only clean stoves in the world are the ones where people don't cook anything on them. So. Alright, I've pushed my wok up against my noodle pot. And what I'm going to do is actually drain them a little bit and then add them to the veg. We don't mind a little bit of the water from the pot in here with them. The other thing is the gluten-free noodles tend to make the water cloudy. That's okay. You can see how beautiful they are when they come out. And this is a mixture of the two, slightly undercooked. So I would say undercooked by about 2 minutes. And we're going to turn the heat back up on the wok real quick and just finish frying it off together. We will add a little bit of the sweet chili sauce, a little bit more of the sesame oil, and a little bit more of the teriyaki sauce as the noodles cook. So the finished product is about half vegetables and half noodles. Turn this back up on high. A little bit of teriyaki, a little bit of soy sauce, a little bit more of the sweet chili. This is where we want it to cook down with it. And the sweet chili gives you a little spice, which is wonderful. And, of course, sesame oil. All right, 2 wooden spoons. If you don't have a wok, you could use a giant frying pan. The wok's definitely better, particularly if you're making enough for 3 or 4 people. For 1 person or 2 people, you could use a little frying pan. If you have a deep one, it helps. You're piling in the noodles on top. And these will not take long to finish cooking, so we're almost done here. Oh, beautiful. Okay. Isn't that gorgeous? Thank you for joining me in Oma's Kitchen. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll upload more tasty videos soon, and a special shout out to Moon Pie and Lil Bit. Till next time.